All right, Mark, came out here today after getting beat 12-0 last night. I know you really wanted to compete, and you competed in both games. You dropped the first one 4-2, came back and won the second one 6-5.
Yeah, and we were in both of them and had a chance to win both. I mean, even the 4-2 loss, at one time it was 2-2, and they had a runner at third and only one out, so we had to take a gamble. We walked the bases loaded, which ended up giving them the one extra run, but I felt like we had to do that to force the play. The girl ended up hitting the ground ball, which would have given us the double play, but it's softball. 2 feet to the left, 2 feet to the right, and it's a big-time hit as opposed to a big-time out. So that's just the way it bounces sometimes.
Well, and you came out today without Anna in the circle at all, and you relied on Michelle and Mel and Jana at the end of game two. And you saw some good things at times.
We did. Anna has an ingrown fingernail that's giving her fits, and it's causing her pain in her hand when she pitches, and she couldn't find the strike zone with it, so we just couldn't risk it. So we went with Mel in game one, who I thought really competed and really did a great job pitching from, all the innings. We tried to give it over to Mish, but she just really struggled, and we went back with Mel, who I thought battled, and we came up a little short. In game two, I challenged the team. I said, man, I know everything that we need to do in this game to win, but I don't know who to pitch. So you guys need to decide. And I'll give Mish credit there. She was a senior. She stepped up, said, I'm ready to go for you. I'll get it done. And I thought she pitched really well until latter innings when she got in trouble and walked a few too many. And, but let's give Jana props. She came in and pitched her in relief like we really expected her to all this year, and we haven't asked her much to, but today was a clutch performance by her.
Well, and you mentioned the walks. That's kind of been an Achilles heel the last 2 weekends of conference play. It's just simply giving up too many free passes, and they can come back to haunt you.
Well, it is, and what's happening is we're falling down in the count, and then they don't want to surrender the fatty, and so they keep nibbling, and so we walk them, and sometimes it's full count, sometimes it's 3-1. We really got to just concentrate on getting ahead in the count. This is a simple game, and that's the way it's got to be played. You've got to be ahead in the counts. Batting averages drop almost 100 points difference between being 1-0 and 0-1, and we need to make sure that we have every batter set in 0-1, and at the end of 3 pitches, our job's to sit there and be 1-2, or they've hit the ball. And if we do that, I think our success rate's going to climb a little bit.
I think we only made 2 errors in 3 games all weekend, but some little things that we talked about in between game 1 and 2 that might not show up in the scorebook that we're still not doing at times.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we've got to be a little better at, and that's keeping runners from taking extra bases on us here or there, and making sure that we defend all aspects of the game. It's not just about playing defense when nobody's on base. It's about managing base runners when they're on base, and sometimes you trade outs for bases, and sometimes you don't, and sometimes we make the wrong decisions on what to do at what times. But we'll keep learning and keep growing and keep getting better.
Game 2, they came back and took the lead on you late. We fought back, had the bases loaded down 5-4. They brought Pridmore in there with 2 outs to face Jana, and you got to give Jana a lot of credit. She got the big 2-out hit.
Absolutely, and you know what? That was one of those situations where when they brought her back in, it would have been really easy to have been like, oh, crap, and then not have swelled up. But I'm really proud. First of all, when they went ahead 5-3 because we had some miscues and not errors, but just miscues, and then walked too many and did that kind of thing. It would have been real easy for that team to have found their head, and they didn't. They fought, and that's what I really like about them. They fight, they get after it, and so they gave a great battle. And then when they brought Pridmore in to sit there and say, hey, we're going to continue to battle. And, we almost scored again off of her, for goodness sake. I mean, Elena got hit, and then all of a sudden, Jana gets the hit, which scores the runs, but then that brings Elena onto third base. We're now all of a sudden in a situation where we might score one more run. So, I'm really proud of not only Jana, but just the whole team in their fight.
Well, and Elena was able to come back today and catch. She missed last night, and we started to talk a little bit last night before the phone went dead about the job Haley Winter's done at a position backing up Elena that she's never played before.
No, and we talked about that today, the coaching staff, of how hard Haley's working, and Haley's instrumental in our success. I mean, you don't see a game where we throw the same pitcher for 7 innings. You don't see it. So if that's not what you do, somebody's there getting your pitchers ready to go. Somebody's down there that knows what they're doing, that can properly warm up a pitcher, and that's what Haley brings to the table. And she's been able to spell us sometimes back there, and we need to get Haley back to where she needs to be playing, which is at third base. But this year, it is what it is. This is where we're at, and she's filling a role that has to be filled. And I couldn't be more proud of an individual for, again, putting the team goal above the individual role.